If I come over here, double click it, you'll notice that no matter what I do to change the color, it's not going to affect this because I've converted that one back. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of how that works. We don't know. Alright, let's go back. I want to post this so I can... Barb. Let's see. No. Let's see, Barb, Twitter. Oh, so how do you save them? Yeah, you would just probably double click that file, like save that to your desktop and double click it. Your swatches should load right up. And to save it so whenever you open a new document, you can do this. Once you've got it open and you see it here, clean out whatever colors you don't want, and go back to this and say save swatch library as ASE. It's like the one right up from the bottom. And then that makes it, I think that adds it to Illustrator's color options. So if you go up one more, since I've saved it like that before, if you go up to the next one, it's out so you can see it. We're going to go Open Swatch Library. You'll see that after you've saved it as a ASE, come to Swatch Library, go down to the bottom one, it's called User Defined, right over there. And you'll see that it's whatever you've named the file. So I actually call it Weta Pop Art. And if I open that, it'll open a new swatch panel, those colors. So at some point I saved this out, and you'll notice it here. I've changed it a bit too, like I'll probably resave this one and override that one. I think some of my blues are different or something. Yeah, but that'll open it up, and it's like any other color library. Like if you wanted, I'm sure you probably look for Pantones. That stuff's all in here, Open Swatch Library. So we've got, like, let's see, Color Book, Pantone, let's see, Color Bridge. Yeah. That opens up like all the Pantone colors. See, I'm gonna post this thing. There, that should do it. Okay. I haven't watched any TwitchCon. Yeah, and you know, feel free to modify them. Like some of these are just, you know, they're a bit random. But yeah, this is a good starting point, especially if you're doing like this. Any example I've found. So, what's going on? Like every example I've found uses like that color palette. You know, maybe not all of them, but like this one's mostly purple. But they all can be. So you can create like all of this with its colors. Marilyn Monroe. It looks really good. I'm gonna need to try this, like the stringy, because my hair is mostly like blocks. So I think this is next time I do one of these, I'll do more of the like the long strands. So they're following like the pattern of the hair, just the natural hair texture. We're doing more of like a flat. What do you call that? But it's different. We're doing ours a little bit different. Oh yeah, the Pantones. That's for like print and such. It's like, what is your colors you're using? I'm actually gonna save this. We'll be doing more, like one or two more Stranger Things posters. So we'll save this in Barb. Let's call it Tweet. Photoshop. Yeah, there's tons of defaults in Illustrator. Like they have every color book from every major manufacturer. The only ones that like I find most people use, printers and people like that, are those Pantone colors. Okay, so I'm using Live Paint Bucket. We're using the warm colors up here, the oranges and the orange browns, and then we're using the yellows, and we're just kind of fleshing out the background here. Some of this other stuff out of the way. So what I'm doing is just finding like a progression of light to dark, but make it like one of these oranges or yellows, and I give the feel of like light sort of empty. So we're gonna do some more work on the top. These would be like porch lights maybe. Oh yeah, Illustrator's always at actions. In fact, I use one that deletes everything, like all of your brushes and symbols and stuff. Like when you first open Illustrator, there's always defaults that you're never going to use. Mostly like there's a lot of garbage in here. But there's the one Illustrator action that I always use is called delete unused panel items, and it goes through like all your panels, all your colors, and just throws everything away. Anything that's not used. If we hit it now, it might find like one or two. Could throw away like all the grays. I don't think we use those. But yeah, there's a lot of like customization you can do if you find yourself repeating a task like often. You can like record it and then play it back whenever you need to use it again. I know a lot of people do that with when you're doing, is it like isometric views of things? Like there's an action that will take whatever you've drawn flat and like put it isometric, like give it depth and skew it properly. Hey Nick, good morning. Yeah, we're doing a little unscheduled stream this morning. So I'm normally just using the arrows on my keyboard to go back and forth. Select out, which colors I want to use. And what I'm normally trying to avoid is having two of the same color next to each other, because I want to see like the separation. Give it like a stained glass kind of look. But I want to keep it with like this top row and then this bottom row. Dog streaming. He's kicking his leg. He's chasing something. It's like once I change one, its neighbor is always like a different color. What in the world? I can't pronounce that. 9B. Hey, Dank is Canadian. Good morning. It's those Twitch bots. Always subscribe. Always following. The random name generator.